What's up, y'all? This is friend Carrick. I make beats on the internet. Back with another video about this machine right here, the SP-555. And today I want to talk about memory and storage and maybe, dispel some of the concerns that you may have about storage when it comes to picking up a machine like this. So if you're familiar with the SP-404SX's storage, it's actually these little SD cards right here. Use them in cameras and phones and a bunch of stuff. You probably already have a couple laying around for other devices. But with the SP, the 5, it uses this older form of storage called compact flash, and you're actually capped at 2 gigabytes, which does not seem like a lot. But I want to let you know that it is a lot, and also show you a little technique that one of my friends actually put me onto that can make this workflow a lot easier and actually more unique than the SX in many ways. So let me just put this in here, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what is on this card currently. Because 2 gigs doesn't seem like a lot. You know, we're used to phones and stuff having like 16 minimum or 8 gigs minimum. And that stuff gets filled up really fast. So I could see how you would think that, 2 would be next to nothing. But let me just walk you through some of the stuff that I have on here. Excuse me. So I've got, tags. Let's see. Let me do this. Fixed velocity. Yeah, I got tags. I've got tags here. I've got a bank of drums. I've got various like stems, beats that I've been working on. I have a lot. Okay. In addition to that, I also have, which I believe is on bank G, some whole DJ sets. So this is 3 different files split up, but together they total like 2 hours. So that's 2 hours of audio files in a 16-bit wave format, in addition to everything else I have on this card. And that's not even going to take all of the 2 gigabytes, which is kind of crazy. So if you think about that, it's like, man, at a certain point, I don't know. I don't think you're going to have a problem filling up this storage. I've never maxed this card out. I've certainly got to the point where I had almost no pads free, but I've never actually maxed the storage out. So don't be too concerned. 2 gigs is quite a bit. One thing I will say is that these cards are kind of old and they're not being made anymore, so it's going to cost you about 30 to 40 bucks to get one of these cards, which is quite expensive. You could get a 32 gig SD card for cheaper than that. So that is one thing to be aware of if you do decide that you want to get a second one. But let's say that you do have a second one. I'm going to show you something pretty cool that you can do with the 5 that the 404 cannot do. So say that you're working on a beat and you have 2 cards, right? And you're gonna have to use your imagination a little, because like I said, I only have 1. But say that you were working on a beat and say that you were working on a beat, right? And you had you were getting close to filling up your first card. Okay, where's the drums at? Come on, there we go. So say that you had this drum loop and you're like, all right, cool, but I want to switch to my other card because that's where I have my samples chopped, or I have a lot of room to chop samples and I want to record a lot of audio, so I want to make sure I don't run out of space. So one thing that you may or may not know is that the SP5 actually has internal memory on banks A and B, which means it is not attached to the compact flash card. So what you could do, if you hit this shortcut, delete and sample, now that's copy, delete and sample, change or exchange, is you can now exchange, sounds from one bank to another. So we're going to take these drums and we're going to bounce them over to internal memory. Just pick an empty pad. And if you recall from my video about the loop capture, when you sample in with loop capture, that's where it's actually storing the loop that you're recording in before you bounce it to a pad. It's storing it into internal memory. That's how they are able to do that. So now I have this drum loop on internal memory. It's off the card. So if you really wanted to, now you could take that card out, put your other card in, and then you have two options. You can keep building your beat on the internal memory, or you could take this drum loop and you could export it back with the exchange method. I did it again, that's copy. Silly. With the exchange method, and you could bounce it back over to the other card. And you know, if you had more free space over there, then the beat keeps evolving that way. And it's a really nice way to take audio between different cards without having to go through a laptop. The SP-SX, you can't do that. You know, it has no internal memory, so once things are on the card, they're on the card. So you have to use a laptop or record it to some external source to actually move it around. But SP-5 is pretty nice with that. It's another kind of way that they try to make the SP-5 sort of all-inclusive as an audio interface, as the kind of brain of a workstation or a work setup. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as storage goes. Don't be scared by the 2 gig thing. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it really will go a long way. And if you're having problems with storage, then get you another card. Remember this workflow, and everything should be cool. The ability to bounce back and forth between internal memory, 1 card, 2 cards, you know, 5 cards, whatever you want to do, man. You have many options. This is a very flexible way of having sort of fluid storage between many things. So check it out. Nothing crazy, but it is a good thing to keep in mind that I don't see many people talking about in regards to the SP-5. So hope you enjoyed this quick video. If you liked these stems that you were hearing earlier, this is a beat that became one called Skyward, actually. It's off a album I'm putting out later this month, the SP Diaries Part 2. It's all beats made on hardware, no computer. So you can check that out. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back soon with more SP tutorials. Peace.